Welcome to the Six Figure Body Show. This is the number one podcast in the world for busy men trying to stay in shape. So if you get value from this podcast, please share it with a friend and help them get in shape. Also, today I'm going to be going over doing cardio to lose the gut because, as always, you're trying to get lean and mean, get the abs showing, and at the very minimum, your goal is to get rid of the fucking gut. It has to go. So you decided to part ways with it and tell that thing hasta luego, deuces, see you later, because it's really not giving you what you want. Not at all, right? And I'm happy, I'm stoked, I'm pumped that you are ready to join a group of elite dudes and like be fit, be super fit, right? So you've gone to the gym. Typically, you go to the gym, right, with cardio in mind, right? And you hit it hard with the cardio, maybe on the treadmill, maybe on the elliptical. You hit it hard for like 20 minutes minimum, right? Clothes are drenched, the front of your shirt drenched, the back of your shirt drenched. Actually, when you pull your shirt and pop it, you can hear the flop, right? And you hear the water and the sweat just fly everywhere. Disgusting, right? And you got the sweat coming down your face, and it's burning your eyes, and you feel damn good, right? Because you can see all the sweat. The sweat for you is an indication of hard work. That means you put something in, right? So you take a nice little selfie, go to the bathroom, take a nice little selfie, flick, and you let the people know, the social media people, you let them know that you just put the work in, right? You let them see, right, that you've been out grinding, okay? Now, let's take a few steps back. As a wrestler, right, growing up, there were a few things that hit me really hard. I learned some really great lessons when it came to losing weight when I was a wrestler. And sorry for the hoarse voice. I think I've been sick. I don't know. I don't care. Fuck it. So for starters, one of the first things that I learned was, one of the things that I do to lose weight is sometimes you just literally have to starve yourself, right? So if you're that close, one of the things that you do is you start pulling back on food, right? And the moment that I would pull back on food, that was the same exact moment that I would start losing weight really rapidly, right? So for me, that was an indication that nutrition played a huge part, and that calories in versus calories out was massive. Without me having any formal training at the time on calories, I learned very quickly that okay, if I just take in less calories, then I'll be good, right? If I'm burning more calories, and also if I'm taking in less calories than the previous day or than the previous week, I should drop weight pretty fast, right? Second, the second thing I learned was that I lost more weight from actually wrestling at practice, right? Practice was tough. Practice was really hard. The room would get really hot, you know what I'm saying? And you had your teammates when you're out there wrestling, you're going live, they're pushing and they're pulling on you. They're trying to get hand control. They're trying to fake you, trying to get you out of position to take you down, right? But you don't want to let them get that mental edge. So you have to have, great defense, and you have to have great offense. And you have to do all of this while you're tired, while your body is beat down, while you feel like you don't want to do it, while you feel like, your feet feel like cement, while you're bending over and your stance is horrible, right? You got to stay tough, right, during those times. So this constant resistance from pushing and pulling back and forth let me know that resistance, or basically that was like my weightlifting session, because all of the resistance, that let me know that lifting weights was a lot more beneficial for weight loss than cardio was, right? Because as I lost weight, even though I get super skinny and I had like a ton of striations, right? Because I kept a lot of muscle from the pushing and constant pulling at wrestling practice, right? And lastly, I felt extremely drained after I do like long distance runs, right? And it didn't feel good. right? And I didn't want to do anything after that except for sleep. I definitely didn't want to wrestle after that. It was just like, I don't feel like it. So what that taught me was to keep my cardio as far away from my practice as possible, because it was tough. It was draining, right? And if I didn't have to do that much cardio to make weight, then I would rather not, because it was that draining. Because you don't have to do a ton of cardio to be a great wrestler. To be a great wrestler, you need to wrestle a lot, okay? And getting in shape is exactly the same. So with that being said, back to the food, the moment I started pulling back on food, the moment I was more aware of what I was eating was the moment that I'd be losing weight. You need to start having discipline with your diet. So that's number one. Number two is from the constant resistance that I get from pushing and pulling with my teammates, right? That was basically some of our like workout sessions. Like that was basically our like lifting session, basically. What that told me was, you need to keep lifting heavy as you're losing weight, or else you will lose muscle. Okay, because doing just flat out cardio, it is not the same as lifting heavy weights to maintain your muscle. Two totally different things, right? And then lastly, what I learned was that cardio is just a tool for weight loss. It is not the main driver for weight loss, right? It's not weight bearing. So your body then has no reason to help you maintain the muscle that you do have when you do like a ton of cardio and not much time in the actual weight room, right? If you guys got value from this, please share this with a friend, that's trying to lose their gut and trying to keep their muscle. And for yourself, if you're ready to make your six pack show, right?